One of the most basic project management principles for any construction project is the concept of a request for information, more commonly known as an RFI. An RFI, or request for information, is a formal mechanism for requesting clarification, information, or confirming a discussion between two parties. Whether you are a subcontractor, general contractor, supplier, installer, or have any involvement in a construction project, you will inevitably require clarification at some point in time. Because the flow of information is critical to the success of any construction project, writing an effective RFI can make a difference in accelerating responses, receiving clear and more definitive direction, and maintaining a stronger relationship with other project stakeholders. Why write an RFI? For clarification? Confirming a paint color? Does the carpet continue into the reception area? What height should the ceilings be set at? Or to verify information, having the building envelope consultant review the glazer's installation procedure. Do the men's and women's washrooms receive the same finishes? The demolition note for floor removal on the east side is not shown on the west. Should it be? Or identifying an issue. Ductwork and lighting are shown in the same spot, which makes an interference. The height of the countertops do not meet code. The dimensions on the drawing do not add up. Or the mechanical unit shown does not have any electrical feeds. An RFI can also be used to document information already provided, notes from a site meeting or email providing direction, tracking changes made in a shop drawing review that differ from what is shown on the drawings, or confirming direction provided by a subconsultant. Steps to issuing an RFI. Understand the problem or the purpose. Create a clear and legible title. Write a cooperative summary. Include attachments, documents, or drawings. Identify if the problem will have costs. Provide a proposed solution if possible. Include a due date or action by. Assign a responsible party and distribution list. Then issue or send. As a tip, you can call the recipient and give them a heads up of the incoming RFI and walk them through verbally to ensure the message is delivered properly. Diving into each of these a little deeper. First, understanding. Ensure you fully understand the problem. Don't be embarrassed to ask for clarification if you are receiving an RFI from a subcontractor, manager, or even your subordinate. Review the drawings, documents, specifications, and the contract in detail. Make sure that the answer is not already there. RFIs are not a mechanism to be lazy, and this can jeopardize your relationship with the project consultants. If you lack adequate time for due diligence because you are on site or need an immediate answer, or want to get pointed in the right direction, a quick tip is to call the intended recipient and ask them, stating something to the effect of, "I am on site and don't have a full set of drawings in front of me. Do you recall detail XYZ? Or can you point me in the right direction, please?" Second, the title, summary, and the documents. Ensure that the title is understandable by anyone on the project, not just yourself or those who are intimate with the drawings. For example, RFI, what paint color, verse, concourse level, room 5, paint color, confirm PT7. Or, mechanical shaft issue, verse, mechanical shaft, 55th floor, shaft installation routing. See the difference? For the body, be pleasant, professional, and don't let your frustrations get in the way. Include enough information for anyone who is not related to the project to be able to completely understand what you are trying to communicate. As a note, this comes in handy in protecting your interests if you are ever involved with a legal dispute. Reference drawings, specs, grid lines, materials, submittals, or other RFIs, anything that is applicable. You want to provide as much information as possible, but keep your questions simple. Don't get too wordy and avoid fancy construction lingo if possible. Include documents and attachments that will better assist in communicating your RFI. Label your attachments and reference them in the body of your RFI. Use markup tools to box out important areas or point to notes on the drawings. Documents that you can attach include current drawings or as-built drawings, photos, surveys, methods of procedure, shop drawings, cut sheets, and emails. Demonstrate due diligence. Identify if the RFI has costs or is expected to have costs. Give your consultants an opportunity to either come up with a no-cost solution or be prepared to answer to other project stakeholders. This will also allow you to prepare yourself for incoming change orders. Provide a suggested solution or workaround if available, ideally a no-cost or low-cost if possible. Remember not to demand a solution or state a solution. Suggest and leave the final legal responsibility to the consultants or RFI responder. Review the schedule and the contract, and set a due date. Most contracts stipulate the time allotted for an RFI review, although, if the RFI is critical to the project schedule, indicate that in the RFI. Lastly, distribution. Review your RFI distribution matrix noted in the contract. If there isn't one, work to develop one with the project team. In other scenarios, issue to your contract administrator or prime consultant for their review and distribution to sub-consultants and other stakeholders. Stay consistent with the platform you use for issuing your RFIs, whether that be through emails, logging programs, or even hard copies. Ensure to copy applicable individuals and to those whom would find value in something as simple as an FYI to your RFI. Individuals who will be receiving RFIs could include the prime consultant or architect, sub-consultants named in the RFI, site personnel, project management team members, and even potentially an owner's representative or the owner. An important piece of information that I would like to reiterate is managing the relationship. An RFI is essentially a question related to a potential error or omission by the project consultant or architect. It is important not to come across as too aggressive or confrontational, which will result in the RFI recipient becoming defensive and strategic, slowing down the flow of critical information. An example of this would be a text message from a site superintendent sent to an RFI coordinator. Drawings do not include any scope for flooring in the concourse level. This message was very boiled down, and if it is relayed as it is written, the tone would come across as very confrontational. Whereas, if the coordinator was to think about managing the relationship and rewrite this message, it would be something more like, "Good morning. When reviewing the concourse level on site and comparing it to the drawings, we would like to confirm that the design intent is to have the same tile flooring in this area. Thank you." Now, keeping in mind the RFI issuer does need to consider the contract and the relationship with the consultants when issuing an RFI. The sender of the RFI may want to include that this will have a potential cost impact for the project, for example, if the flooring scope has already been tendered and awarded. Now, let's write an effective RFI. We've been told by the site superintendent that the mechanical foreman has voiced concerns over the insulation to be installed on the fresh air intake duct. The concern is that the insulation is only 1 inch thick. This concern stems from the mechanical foreman's experience on a past project with condensation and thermal break issues. First, we request that the mechanical foreman provide us with an email detailing the concerns and for them to provide any available information from the previous project. Next, we call the mechanical foreman to review and ensure we are clear on the concern. And finally, we review the mechanical drawings and specifications to confirm the amount specified. Good afternoon. During a quality and installation meeting on site, the mechanical team tabled a potential discussion point related to the insulation specified for the intake ductwork. Their concern is that the insulation is only 1 inch thick, and it would be recommended to provide 2 inches. The mechanical contractor provided 2 photos of condensation and temperature issues from a previous project. Please see the photos on page 3 and 4. There is also an email from a building envelope consultant, ABC Envelope, on page 5. Our team has reviewed the current drawings and specifications and finds that 1 inch insulation is specified. Please see page 2, highlighted in red, the current specifications. We have reviewed this with the subcontractor performing the ductwork, and they have noted if the consultant team increases the thickness of the insulation, there will be a cost impact. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. Thank you. In this example, we followed the steps for writing an effective RFI. We understood the problem and the purpose. We wrote a cooperative summary. We've included attachments, documents, and drawings. We've identified that this problem does have cost impacts, and we've provided a solution. The final step would be to include a clear and legible title, assign a due date based on the contract, and complete the distribution list. From here, it may be beneficial to give your consultant a call, run them through the purpose of your RFI, and explain to them where it's coming from. This will give them a chance to prepare for any questions they might have coming from other project stakeholders. Thanks for watching. This video is related to issuing and writing an effective RFI. Subsequent information is available at the link in the description for standard RFI templates that will include what we covered, as well as tools for maintaining an RFI log. In a future video, we will cover managing RFI responses and ensuring that your RFI has been in fact answered. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing or hitting the like button and leave us a comment below. Thank you.